Hello, everybody. Denobi2 here. I'm here with my buddy Benjamin. Thank you for joining us once again on another Hot Toys Discuss. On this episode, we are talking about Batman v Superman, the Hot Toys Special Edition. We're going to be talking about Batman and Superman. All right, Benjamin, here's my thing.
Here we go.
It's too much money.
No such thing as too much money when it comes to Batman and Superman. I mean, come on, this is like the biggest movie for DC fans of all times. I mean, it's the Superman versus Batman, the Batman versus Superman.
I'm walking on ice on this one. I don't trust it. I don't trust Ben Affleck. And
you don't trust Ben Affleck.
I don't trust Ben Affleck.
Come on, man. What is there not to like? I mean, it's Ben Affleck. Everybody's seen Armageddon, right?
No.
And if you haven't seen Armageddon, then you must have seen Geely. I mean, that's a masterpiece.
If you guys aren't aware of, there is a special edition of Hot Toys for $445, which you get Batman and Superman together, and you get some pretty nifty special edition accessories. The combined set, you get the Batman cowl. Is that right?
Tech cowl.
Yes, the Batman tech cowl is what you're gonna get.
Yeah, you can see things through walls, I guess, and you can see Superman. He was like, "Oh, there he is."
Yeah. And if you decided to buy Superman separately, you would get the
light up kryptonite.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah. And then if you decided to buy the Batman by himself,
you get the sniper rifle.
Yeah, so you get the sniper rifle. So this is where it's going to be tricky, and this is where some of the rants have come, because some folks may want the kryptonite, some folks may want the Batman cowl.
Buy them both.
For most of us who've been collecting Hot Toys for a while, we know that the Man of Steel the first edition did not sell that well. So,
I have the Man of Steel first edition. I love that figure. I have it with Zod. I have it displayed where they're both about to punch each other, and it's massive, and I really like those figures. I think that with this Superman figure, I have two issues. Number one, it's $210, and literally, if you do not get the Sideshow exclusive, then you're getting a bunch of hands. That's pretty much it. And my other gripe kind of is that, well, it's kind of two gripes. The body, he looks really ultra buff, really buff. I think a little bit too buff. And the head sculpt, I don't know. He kind of looks like he's just.
It's a duplicate, Benjamin. Let's get ready. So
it's a clone.
So he has a frown. So the second edition of the Superman is I will label it. It is a clone. It is a absolute clone of the first one.
Attack of the Clones.
Absolutely, it is. So the suit is repainted, and you get a different sculpt. But nonetheless, it is still Henry Cavill.
He does have different gauntlets, though.
So most of us are probably going to wait till the Superman Hot Toys ends up in the bargain bin, right?
He's buffer.
And we're going to wait. No one's going to jump on the Man of Steel.
No, honestly,
to
be honest with you, at that price point, this figure is definitely going to be on Sideshow Spectacular or their Super Bowl Sunday special that they've been doing. I think, and so that's kind of one of those things where, if you don't have a Superman, I would just suggest buying the Man of Steel. You can get him relatively cheap, and I love him. So, I mean, nobody's going to look at it and go, "Oh my God, that's not Superman."
Going back to the Ben Affleck Batman, there was a lot of rants and complaints about the prototype, how it looked nothing like Ben Affleck, or it actually did look like Ben Affleck, and the body proportions weren't as pleasing as most collectors wanted it to be. If you know where I'm going with this, Benjamin.
Well, see, I have this whole situation where there's a lot of Ben Affleck haters out there, and I actually do like Ben Affleck. I think he's going to make a great Batman. I know that a lot of people are hating on Ben Affleck, but I think that he's going to do well. I think that this figure itself looks a little fat, and he looks a little disproportionate in his shoulders. He has kind of like a stomach. His chest is kind of sunken in. He kind of looks like Fat Man instead of Batman. I think there's an issue with the body. I've looked at studio photos of him with Zack Snyder, and he's wearing a costume. He looks ripped. He looks good. And with the Hot Toys, it just looks like it's kind of off.
Absolutely. It's for a while there, the ongoing joke is that it was a Fat Man, and some collectors even went as far as making some elaborate pranks and they tended to Photoshop his image in a not pleasing way.
Well, the problem is that Ben Affleck is not really the Batman that everybody wants. I think that he's going to prove himself with this movie, and I think the movie's going to do well. It's going to be the introduction of the Justice League, and Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash, Cyborg. I mean, we're going to have a bunch of characters. And it's exciting to me to actually see finally Superman versus Batman, Batman versus Superman, and it does have some Frank Miller-esque type scenes. So I think that it's going to do well. I think Man of Steel was. I'm putting it out there. I think Man of Steel was the best Superman of all time.
I did enjoy it. I absolutely enjoyed it.
Best Superman. And I love Reeves.
But remember, Benjamin, it's most of us want to collect as many Hot Toy figures as we possibly can. And we are watching our pennies to a certain point. What we are trying to exercise here is that the jumping on these figures a little bit too soon may not be so smart. I honestly do not think these figures are going to sell as fast as what you are leading to believe. I actually think they're going to go straight to the bargain bin and wait in on these figures a little bit longer. You might get a better deal because
think the movie's going to hit it out of the ballpark, home run, whoa, explosions, and then all of a sudden people are going to flock to go buy these figures. If not, if the movie sucks and I'm going to be crying at the end of the movie, I'm going to be like, then these figures will sit. But if the movie does well, it's going to sell. If the movie does well, it's going to sell.
I'm not touching the pre-orders on these. No way. No.
You know what? I'm going to pre-order the Batman. I'm going to get the Affleck Batman, and I'm going to get the Batman with the metal suit. I don't know what they call it.
The Iron Bat suit or
Iron
Bat suit. The battle armor.
Battle armor. There
the battle armor.
Battle armor. This guy knows all about that.
Yeah,
and let me tell you something. That looks badass.
And it does. It
Wow.
absolutely does. But me personally, I gotta like the film. If I'm going to shell out a couple $100,
I think this film's going to be better than Civil War at least. I mean, I'm throwing it out there. Civil War is not really even Civil War. They just slapped on a label to call it Civil War.
Benjamin, if this film tanks, it's going to take the figures right down.
It's not going to tank. There's just no way. It's not going to tank. Okay, but there is a possibility. Let's not lie to each other.
No.
I think that if it does tank, these figures are going to be in the bargain basement.
Absolutely. In fact, so far in the basement, you can probably wait till Black Friday of 2016 to these figures are still going to be creeping around.
Sideshow is going to be giving them away.
Yeah.
I mean, like you're going to buy something. Now this has happened. You're going to buy something and they're going to put it in the box with it for free. This has happened. They did it with Angelica from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Man, they're gonna have to hide it in other people's purchases just to
they're
get
like, here you go. Here's a Affleck Batman, or here's
No.
a suits for you, guy. You're like, whoa, thank you so much.
No.
And then you just give it to little Johnny to go play with outside. No. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
You can keep your Fat Man, and I'm happy with my first edition Hot Toys Man of Steel. I'm
too.
very, very content.
I'm not buying it.
I'm not buying the second, version of Superman.
No point.
There's no point. There's just no point needed. As for Ben Affleck's Batman, I have to wait for the movie, and if he blows it out of the park, never say never. I'll add it on. But as of now, this is cautious, very, very dangerous.
You know what it is, guys, is that I'm such a Batman, I'm such a Justice League fan, I'm a comic book fan, and to see this, because this has taken so long for it to actually show up in a movie, I really feel like I want this to be. Can it suck? Yes. Will it suck? Hopefully not. But we'll see. I think these figures are, either way, these figures are pretty cool. And maybe not the best, and hopefully by the time we get them, they're going to look a little bit better.
Honestly, the only thing I want, Benjamin, is that Kryptonite, that special edition Kryptonite.
I was thinking that too.
That's it. I do want the Kryptonite.
I want that for my Man of Steel. I can have it right there.
I could probably pick that up on eBay. Someone from Hong Kong
or Toy Anxiety.
Yeah.
Right. So.
But, no, I can wait. I can wait.
Right.
That being said, guys, what do you think? Are you gonna wait till the film, till you jump in on the pre-order, or simply you don't need another Batman because there has been multiple Batmans released?
We need another Batman. This is the Batman. Yeah. We need this Batman. It's going to be good.
Yeah. Leave your comments below. Like, subscribe. And thanks for watching. Denobi2 here. And we have...
Benjamin.
Thank you.